We have 3 different cars, and as we drive them into the water, we're going to see how, at different speeds when they hit the water, the drawback on the cars.
We're trying to figure out how long it takes non-pathogenic E. coli to become immune to a weak antibiotic due to regular, normal biological processes.
We're actually changing the step lengths of the people walking to have them, to see how that affects the force on their knee when they are pushing down. Mm-hmm. So basically it's kind of analyzing how much impact that's going to have on your joints.
If you are visiting the Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences for the very first time, you may conclude that the school is in total chaos.
Well, I think when you first would walk in, it might appear to be a little chaotic. It might appear from the outside like, what the heck is going on here? You know, kids are moving all over. I don't see anybody in charge.
But as you start to get in and look, and if you talk to the kids and see what they're doing, and you see that really there's quite a bit that goes on in those days.
Even though it appears that there isn't a structure, maybe, there really is. There's a big plan.
The Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences is a magnet school that focuses on accelerated curriculum in math, science, technology, and the arts. It's part of the Armada School District with a student population made up from districts in Macomb and St. Clair counties. What makes the Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences unique is the technology available to its students and its environment for learning. The Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences is a paradigm shift from traditional teaching methods. Here, the students are empowered to take responsibility for their own learning, to become independent thinkers, to take risks, and it begins their freshman year.
They've been so conditioned to work, quietly in their seats and do their work versus, go ahead, I'm letting you go. It's almost like, you can go play now, it's okay, and you're going to learn through this playing.
They're treated like adults, and they have choices. So that would be number one from the kids' perspective. They don't understand it, but we've eliminated things like bells. If you've looked into classrooms, we've eliminated things like sitting in neat rows and desks. We've changed our classroom format so that it's a discussion and not a lecture.
There is not a test given and then that's it. A student can come back as many times as they want throughout the course of a semester, not just a marking period, to try and raise that grade up to have it have a positive outcome on their grade.
If you wanted to go into brain-mind theory, we always talk about reaching what's called an O3 in brain-mind theory, or an AI3, where it is much more student-centered and less teacher-directed, so that the kids are doing the work and the kids are making the choices.
Choice is a fundamental philosophy at the Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences. Choice is what gets the students excited about learning. Choice is what motivates them.
We try to present opportunities to keep them engaged, or we ask them to present opportunities, and then we go from there. But there is that responsibility, and they are responsible for not only their own learning, but understanding what they need to do if they are not learning. And we are here as a support system. Every class runs a little bit different. You might see more of a structure in some classes on certain days than on other, with more of a directed teacher style. Maybe, I'd say probably every class here has that at one point or another during the week. But then also we let students create and develop their own experiences.
Each semester, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors form teams and choose a long-term research project. They design their experiment to prove or disprove a hypothesis. Testing their ideas and gathering data is where the students become so absorbed with the project, they forget they're in school and that they're learning.
Testing the composition of apple cider. Each week we're going to have the apple cider sit out in different temperatures, and we're going to test it using the infrared spectrophotometer.
We're lighting biodiesel and mixing it with vegetable oil to see the change in temperature and how long it burns.
This is a blood pressure monitor, and I'm taking his initial blood pressure, and afterwards I'm going to play a song for him, and we've changed the beats per minute of the song, and we're going to see if the beats per minute of the song correlates to the beats per second of a heart.
They are out doing their own research gathering. They're out discovering the data that they need, and they don't even know what they need sometimes. And I love that part where they can realize, oh, the aha moments. There's a lot more of them in research, especially when they're applying it to their little gadget that they created or their little system.
For our research project, we're shooting marshmallows out of an air cannon, and we're changing the barrel lengths. We have 1.5 foot, 2 foot, 2.5, and a 3 foot barrel, and we're finding the radius of the circle, and that'll show us our accuracy.
We are watering radish plants with different pH waters, which is like acid rain, and we're seeing which ones. We're testing the pH of the soil and the mass of the plants to see which is growing and which aren't.
We are working with PCR amplification, which is taking a strand of DNA, essentially, and using primers to cut it at certain genes and then multiplying that gene. It can be used when, say you're at a crime scene and you only had a very small amount of DNA. If you wanted to compare that small amount of DNA to maybe suspect's DNA, then you can cut it at, the primers will cut different DNA at different genes. So that can help narrow down your list of suspects.
Whether these student-led experiments have practical applications or they're considered out-of-the-box thinking, they own the projects. This ownership takes them on a journey that consists of more than just data gathering and analysis.
When they find the answers, it's more meaningful. It sticks with them, and they learn a lot more and remember a lot more about what they're supposed to learn than if I was to stand up in front of them and lecture the entire time.
The students like to call it freedom, but what feels like freedom is responsibility. And with responsibility, they develop higher order thinking, they mature, and they gain life skills. And that's perfectly all right with them.
I like the fact that this is going to help me in the future, because I know that what they teach you here, you're going to use later on, like how to think for yourself. And I've learned a lot about presenting in front of others and just be calm and stuff.
I think it's probably one of the best schools in Michigan. I mean, I love this place. It's definitely, I love everything that we do here. I love how they make you think for yourself, and it's changed me completely.
Well, I mean, you have the research presentation at the end of the year. You have 4 years of presenting, and so I think that's really big going into college, being able to present. And then, like, the stuff we get to work with. Like, I got a DVD from MSU, and they were talking about this machine. It's like I've worked with it for 2 years, and so I'll be able to go into college knowing how to use it.
It's a relaxing place to be most of the time, and it's a really cool way of learning. Like, it's not a normal high school where there's just a teacher standing up in front of the class and telling you how something blows up. Here you're most likely going to blow something up and see how it happens.
Students at the Macomb Academy of Arts and Sciences attend for a variety of reasons. Some are science and math scholars. Others are interested in research, and others might like the environment for learning. For whatever reason, they have the opportunity to reach beyond academic achievement, to be willing to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them, to become independent learners and thinkers, and to apply critical thinking to problem solving, and to respect each other and their diverse ideas. These students receive an outstanding, meaningful honors level experience, and by the time they graduate, they are confident that they are prepared for the chosen paths beyond high school.
I like to think that they're walking away knowing how to think. That's my goal, is that when they get into their college courses, they may not know all the little facts, but that they're going to know how to think and how to figure out a problem. And so that no matter what kind of problem gets put in front of them, they're not going to be overwhelmed by that. They're going to know how to approach it, how to attack it.
From the end result, the kids really understand that they know how to think. They have a solid education, but they know how to present their ideas, whether it be verbally, whether it be in a presentation format, whether it be in a written format. They feel comfortable problem solving and giving their own ideas. So when a college professor says, "Why did this happen?" that's not the first time they've been exposed to that question.